Life is like sculpting a masterpiece. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the final form. Just as a sculptor carves a statue one stroke at a time, our choices and efforts shape our future. Patience, persistence, and acceptance of imperfections are key to success. If we rush or abandon our work too soon, we may never see the beauty hidden within. Every shape is one act, and every act shapes our destiny. In the bustling city of Varana, there lived a young sculptor named Arav. He was known for his exceptional skill in carving beautiful statues, yet he struggled with one thing. He lacked patience. Arav wanted instant results in everything he did. If a sculpture didn't take shape quickly, he would abandon it and move on to another. One day, his mentor, an old sculptor named Master Ved, noticed Arav's frustration. "Why do you rush, my son?" he asked. "I want perfection quickly, Master," Arav replied. "I see a statue in my mind, but when I start carving, the stone doesn't take shape fast enough. It's frustrating." Master Ved smiled and handed him a rough stone. "Come with me," he said. Lesson 1. The first cut matters. Master Ved took Arav to a secluded garden, where an unfinished statue stood. "This was my work many years ago," he said. "I abandoned it because I thought my first cuts weren't perfect. But tell me, Arav, does a sculptor finish a statue in one stroke?" Arav shook his head. "No, Master. It takes many careful strikes." "Exactly," Ved nodded. "Every shape is one act. The first cut is just as important as the last. If you give up too soon, you will never see the masterpiece hidden inside." Arav pondered these words. He realized that each chisel strike contributed to the final sculpture, even if it didn't seem perfect at first. Lesson 2. Accept the imperfections. Ved then took Arav to an old temple where a giant statue of Lord Vishnu stood. "Do you see anything wrong with this statue?" he asked. Arav examined it closely and noticed a small crack on the statue's arm. "Yes, Master, there's a crack." Ved nodded. "Do you think the sculptor was careless?" "No, but..." Arav hesitated. Ved smiled. "That crack is part of the sculpture's journey." The sculptor knew that true art is not about flawlessness, but about dedication. Every shape we carve, every act we perform, is a step towards something greater. Arav realized that his impatience came from his fear of imperfection. He always wanted immediate perfection, but true mastery required embracing mistakes and learning from them. Lesson 3. The final form takes time. The next day, Ved gave Arav a new challenge. He handed him a large block of marble and said, "Carve the shape of a lion. But remember, every cut is important, and you must not abandon it halfway." Arav eagerly started. At first, he was frustrated because the marble still looked like a rough block. But he remembered Ved's words, "Every shape is one act." He focused on each chisel strike, understanding that each small effort contributed to the bigger picture. Days turned into weeks. Arav carved with patience, and slowly the lion emerged from the stone. When he finally finished, it was the most magnificent work he had ever created. Master Ved smiled proudly. "Now you understand, Arav. Life is like sculpting. Every action we take, no matter how small, shapes the final outcome. If we rush, we miss the beauty of the process. If we give up, we never see the masterpiece we were meant to create." Morale of the story. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to something greater. Patience, dedication, and acceptance of imperfection lead to true success. Every shape is one act, and every act shapes our destiny.